morning or evening to you, depending on what side of the planet Earth you are. Hi, Tennessee, on Music Valley Road at a KOA campground. And there's a cute little dog behind Darlene, who is in front of me. Had good Wi-Fi a second ago, folks. Sorry about the blip. So we all have Shiley, hello. Dr. Nirmal, descendant to the absurd, AJ Vintage. Who else we have here?
Tina,
We have
Marcus.
Dalton, Lene, and Janice Lease. I'm glad that you're here.
Shawn and Laura. Thanks, Josh.
And that was Josh. Thank you very much, Josh, for the inclusion in your philanthropic activities. So today was a great day because the bed was comfortable and we had Tylenol. And that's unfortunate because we had such a great... I just got it back from the dead. There. That should do it. So I should have moved the dank on thing outside in the first place. I have this thing right here. And what it does is it retransmits the Wi-Fi to give it a boost and extends the distance. I don't know where the nearest Wi-Fi repeater is. This is on a bunch of repeaters for one Wi-Fi. And so I connect to that, put it through this thing, and I think I've got it. Does it look stable now, folks? Can you tell, honey?
I can't tell you.
You might want to check out and check back in.
That's what I do.
All right, so yeah, that plug reminds you of a holiday display in a Chevy Chase movie. Yeah, very good. Yes, now we're clear. Yep. All right, so I have to actually bring the thing outside. And then I have to suspend it so that it's up a little bit. All right, so now I think still buffering here in the west. Oh, camera, I'm sorry. Reconnect, you may need to go out and reconnect. I'm sorry to tell you. Darlene was having the same problem. After you come back in, you'll catch the signal and you'll see that it's much better transmission. Chase, the idea right now is soon as we can, hopefully as early as the end of August or maybe more into the second, third week of September. And if it goes through, we're actually going to go up to Canada. So part of this depends upon the nation opening up for people to come into the country. So that's what we're hoping for. That would be the best way for us to hook up with Brennan Evangelista. And then Dan and I can get up there, and that's no problem. And if I can, I'm even going to try to make it a visit to catch up with my cousins who have a place up in New York, if they're up there at the same time.
Thanks, Josh.
And thank you, Josh. What is he? He's doing this. Wait a minute, he's doing... That's it. Must be like that. Number one. Yes, Olga, that would be a nice thing to do. In Canadian dirty rooms. I'm told that the Canadians are almost at having dirty rooms as the Americans. So we want to challenge this theory to see if it actually works out. People are walking into their Jason cabin and seeing me looking at a phone and talking. So they looked at me curiously. I got a lot of that, especially on the ride back on the van, as I was drunk and loud and trying to be funny, and Darlene just thought I was a nuisance pest and kept trying to pinch me and get me to stop, but it just wasn't
It didn't
enough.
work.
My body was so numbed with the alcohol, I did not feel the pinching.
He was very loud.
Very loud. So, hello, Pink Harlequin, and Scott Bagley. Mom is great. She's home watching my dog Bo, and
AJ Vintage.
and Darlene and I are in Nashville, Tennessee for a couple more days. We check out Sunday, so maybe we'll go down one more time because I would like to take a look at a couple of attractions. Principally, I want to see the Johnny Cash Museum and the Patsy Cline Museum
Maybe we can do that
during
during the day.
the day. That's what I'm thinking. Will we hear another of your steamy
Yes.
stories? Yes. We will be putting up a little video of my trip here, and I will also put up a larger display. A small little piece will be on that combo about this trip to Nashville. But the larger,
It's actually been pretty good.
what's that?
The weather has
Oh, the weather's been nice. It's hot. But we haven't had rain bothering us, so it's been very good. Sadly, they need the rain in here. And we went to a farm, so a little bit of the visit will show a farm. It'll show a place where we went to get in the water one day. The water felt nice. I got bummed out by the trash on the ground, but the water was not dirty. And then I hope you'll like that. And then we're going to have fireworks from 2021 here for the 4th of July at Nashville downtown. I videotaped that with the Sony camcorder. I hope it comes out real nice. So that's coming out as a result of the trip, those two videos. And I'll get back onto the editing of regular content when I'm back home from vacation. And
Just say no, Condor.
Elsa was trippy. Yes, nice little storm. It's flooding out the East Coast right now. All lying areas and heavy amounts of rain are getting it in the face.
Do you have a favorite Johnny Cash song?
I can't really say I do, but it might just be Ring of Fire. I've played it before. I've sung the song for bands that have covered it, and I think it's kind of a little bit trippy, Ring of Fire, so that's my choice. We were at Alan Jackson's bar. Alan Jackson's bar, it's multi-level. You go up to the from the main floor where there's a band and a bar. You go to the second floor, there is karaoke, and at times performers, because it's a full stage there. And then the third floor is a rooftop deck. So you can take a look up and down Broadway in Nashville. Beautiful view. And Janice likes Johnny Cash very much. I agree. And when I first listened to him, I thought of him as very simplistic in his songwriting. But like Ring of Fire is apparently a fairly simple song, but it changes timing interestingly in spots, and it's not just, you got to have a sense of using some rests, which he does to build emphasis.
Well, happy
Great
early
artist.
birthday, Kimber. We'll have to sing to you Tuesday.
Oh, that's great.
Monday.
So is there anybody that has a birthday that has just occurred, which would require us to sing for you? Anybody here? Oh. Come on, people, smile when your brother. Oh, that's great. Thank you. Everybody get together, trying to love one another right now. Condork loves Cash from England. Yes, an artist who transcends continents.
And Jimmy Rick will be 32 on Tuesday.
Well, then we're going to have a good time singing birthday songs to people. Yes, I like Frank, and I know him, mad scientist, yes. Yes, and I saw Frank 3 times live, 3 different times. And then I saw Zappa play Zappa a couple of times. King Crimson playing a tour for 2021, basically their response to COVID, getting back out and doing the shows that they're doing now. Yeah, Dweezil's amazing. So the Zappa band, I'm hoping, is Dweezil still, plays as the opening act for King Crimson. So I get Zappa and then King Crimson the same evening. It's going to be phenomenal. I got a handful of friends that are going to be coming to Washington, D.C., where I'll be going as well to catch the show together. And we're going to catch up early before the show and maybe have a couple of beers, reminisce a little. Very nice. I'm looking forward to that a lot. It's just so sad that I'm camping at the same time and I have to drive to D.C. and then drive back on Sunday. And I miss a little bit of like one campfire, one evening, but... And poor Darlene probably will be alone with Bo,
Yep.
but I'm sure she'll be okay.
I'll be fine.
In our comfy little camper.
Yep.
I mean, this week we should have had a camper, but there were no sites here. Unfortunately, we didn't know that right next door was another campground, which was unknown. It was like you could see it was there. But my friends here trust KOA, they're members. But we could have saved a fistful of money and would have brought our campers if we'd have known sites were available right next door, and we would have had not as nice of facilities as far as the general facilities. This is definitely more posh and those kind of things. Very good for kids and families with children. But if you just need a place for your camper to be, you want some quiet at night, and a base of operations to go into Nashville, I wish I was at the other place. So if I ever do it again, which I might, because I did have a good time here. It won't be real quick, but I might come back again.
You had a good time.
We had a good time last night. We're paying for it today. Oh my God. You guys, I haven't bent my elbow that much.
Back, Stephen Dix.
Stephen, welcome back. I'm sorry. Everything's okay. Now, I got over the hangover that I sustained as we, and some of these drinks, we were paying $15 a cocktail.
We only did that at that one time.
One round, it was $54.
Thanks, Danielle.
Danielle, thank you so much. Danielle Redmond from England as well. Very sweet, regular fan, very generous to us in the show. Thank you very much again. So, but I think we blew out like $300 for the 4 of us drinking it from like 6:30 to midnight, and barely made it to catch the last shuttle, which we had to ride to and from downtown using the shuttle service. We almost missed our last shuttle, and then that would have been more like $60 in an Uber to get back where we are staying. So Stephen Dix, oh my gosh, ow. Can't they have to put it in your hip like that? Oh man, I'm so sorry. That sounds literally like a pain in the ass. And not figuratively, literally. Yes, Stephen, poor guy.
Oh, stay as long as you can, Danielle.
Well, I hope you have something good going on, Danielle, if you can't stay with us. It's understandable, as long as you're having fun. That's all that matters.
See, we did have to pay for the shuttle, but we got it free yesterday because we had such a that time, July 4th, and we're caught up and complained, so we got it free yesterday.
Yeah, we got a free ride because of being left, basically. But unfortunately, it was just too much for them to handle. They not even do shuttle service on the 4th of July, or at least maybe they'll stop it sooner. I have to be up tomorrow it's 1:30 here. Yeah. It's a difference in time. See, we're starting the show 5 o'clock p.m. local, but it's 6 p.m. Eastern time. I mean, sorry, 7 p.m. local, because it's 8 p.m. Eastern time, or 8:15 now. 8, I don't know, what are we?
We're in Central.
We're in Central
So
time.
it's 7:25 here.
It's
and
8:25 there.
8:25 in Maryland.
And then it's 5 hours beyond in England.
Deep Eddies is what Rick and I were drinking.
We have Deep Eddies, luckily. We had one round of Western Sun.
Yeah.
It was called.
That was the $15 drink. They didn't even have what we wanted.
I know, I'm almost in your time zone, Soul City. I am in Nashville, Tennessee.
Who's Central?
And, well, she's in Mountain Time.
Okay, well, that's an hour difference.
It's an hour difference. That's what she just said.
Hey,
Oh, that sounds good,
hey,
muffin.
hey,
Oh,
hey.
man. Blueberry, raspberry, pear, apple, blackberry. How about wineberry? Do you get wineberry there? Blackberries? Do you have those species out there? Over in England? Probably. You probably brought bushes
You had
over.
Blackberries off the vine.
Yes, we had blackberries right off the vine walking through this farm. Interesting history. Lady who had been renting the farm and the
Hey,
house
Bill Becky.
for like 77 years. And she paid $50 a month. Well, when the owner, one of the relatives, an older aunt, died, and it was left to the folks who we met, Homer, and I forgot or never really caught the wife's first name. Their sons now own the property. So when they got hold of the property, the $50 a month rental went to the wayside, and the lady moved to someplace else. But they'd found she had a piece of land worth $1 million. She leased out other houses, and she was living in for $50 a month in a house. Oh my, she had a great sweet deal for a long time. So what did Olga say? Dingleberries are Jimmy Rick's favorite. A wineberry had something like a raspberry.
That's right, everybody. Hit that like button, please.
Gobblestein. It needs to stop. The real Becky Unfiltered and Unfluffed. So you don't fluff, huh, Becky? Bad boy. I couldn't help it. Sorry, Becky. It was just a joke.
AB.
3:31 in Greece
Wow.
in the morning. So literally Olga's here in the middle of the night during the witching hour. Ever have any ghost encounters while watching or listening and watching Cocktail Hour with Rick in the middle of the night? Hey, Olga? That would be interesting. Be like, it would be a connection, a paranormal connection. Oh, I'm worth it. But the goblins and everything, they're not that bad, I guess. Gary Baba Booey. You love witching hour, Sol Cecita? What happens? What happens that make you love 3 a.m.? Because that's what it's traditionally picked as. 3 a.m. is witching hour.
I thought that was
No. I heard of Skittles in vodka, but not gummy bears and wine. Yeah, that's an interesting addition. And I like fluffiness, face cotton wise. Oh, you do? Not the other kind of fluffiness, huh? Thermal. Why? And how's that freezer full of booze doing? Have you killed it yet? She's at a hotel somewhere and they have a stocked fridge. I was flipping out. I thought I saw the door opening.
What did I miss?
So we all had various levels of after effects after our deep party night. And unfortunately, we have one catastrophe. Well, not near catastrophe. Returning to the body slowly. Pink is coming back. The green is going away. And the other friend, he's the quickest responder. He's up at 8 o'clock after we're all still can't even move. Solzacita is giving indication of signal problem.
I haven't seen it.
I don't see it. Might be a refresh you need. I'm sorry to bother you. Hey there, Patrick Nicolucci. So Patrick is...
M was in best shape. I was after him. And
Yep.
then it was you, and then it was G.
Yes, yes. I was not the worst off, but I was coming close to that. I did get up very late. I don't know, what time was it?
I didn't even look at the clock.
I think I finally got my butt out of bed. It was 12:30.
And then you went back.
And then by 2:20, I'm back in there. Didn't last that long.
Hey, Gmail.
Now I'm feeling well because I just ate a ton of Bojangles fried chicken before we
Tennessee,
started.
Kevin.
Nashville, Tennessee, the center of the musical world. Nashville.
We did hear good music there.
We heard great. We're not country music people per se, but we watched two different
Hopefully
bands
one day, AJ.
at this second location that we went to last night. Alan Jackson's AJ's
Thanks,
Bar.
user.
If you go to Broadway and you're looking for a place to go to Alan Jackson's. I tell you, that's really good. Across the street, there's a place I was told that right across from Alan's. I'm sorry, I forgot the name. I did look at it last night. I was told that's where you go if you want to hear old country, even like
Good night, Danielle. See you
Hank
Tuesday,
Williams'
I
old
hope.
country. Nighty night, sweet dreams, Danielle. Good to have you. So like I said, hey, Ben Trace. You don't have to apologize at all.
We're here when you can be here.
But that's right. And you need an ear or a read, whatever, you certainly could send a note to rick.adr@aol.com, and I'd be happy to try to give you feedback or just somebody to, share with if you need it. Okay? If not, that's certainly great. I hope that you can get on top of it. We all go through this at times. Some of us go through it in the same day. We're fine and we're not. Of course, I'm not on the air during those periods of time, so you don't think so poorly of me. Being a real human. A real pain in the ass.
Oh,
Real
last
human.
night you were-
Oh! I did not record any of that. Christopher Grimm, imagine if you were the doctor on My 600-Pound Life. Getting all these lies and excuses about junk food and such. I wouldn't be on any of those kind of programs. If I needed help, I would just try to find help. But all those supposed self-help things, and they're on cable television, and you're displayed. It's like Jerry Springer. It's going way back to like the old Jerry Springer show when it was such craziness going on. You heard bleep, bleep more than you heard people speaking because people were cussing all the time and flying fucks and all kinds of stuff. There's different crickets here. I think it's what you're hearing right now. It's not, or it might even be a frog. We've seen there's some frogs around here too, different.
Hey, Scott.
And Scott, we are good. We're over at Hangover. Hi, Pam. Pam is here. There's Paul. Paul is here.
Joe's in the room. Joe Tomlin.
Joe. The old Springer show was actually a serious talk show with guests. The man sold his soul for ratings. I know. Certainly did. And, then the guy who was on Springer show started his own show, and all the daytime talk shows, Ellen, etc., they always want to get you. That's the whole thing. They want to get somebody to say something. Judge Judy, definitely. I loved her attitude. Just shut up and listen to me. I'll tell you how it's going to be. Boy, she really felt like she deserved full center attention. Google user, I can believe that people came on with just some BS story to make up, to get on. I like fruit bats too, Pink, because they're not trying to eat me. They're eating fruit. I don't mind that. But how about those big suckers that they hang off like the edge of people's houses and they're like 5-6 feet long, hanging down? It looks like a freaking horror movie. Have you ever seen a photograph of those giant bats, giant fruit bats? Oh.
Get some rest.
Steve, thank you for being here with you guys. Up at 5 in the morning, and it's now 1:35. I think you almost made 24. Good try. Go to bed instead. Luckily, it's Saturday. Hopefully, you get to sleep in. Thank you for being with us. We have flying foxes and microbats.
Pam, we're in Nashville.
Now Chalet is in Australia, I believe, right? So that's pretty cool. I know that you're with the fires you had last year, so devastating to the native animals. I hope that is coming along in the forests or whatever, the scrub even, starting to repair itself. Mother Nature does that.
That wife wants to know how you and Dan met.
Okay. Dan and I were totally on different paths. Dan was already in movie making mode. He had been doing it for a long time. He'd even done photography with Polaroids as a kid. I'd had a career going. I'd already, in fact, had 2 different careers. I was in the second one at that point in time. And at that point, I was doing the healthcare business, surveying and checking conditions and anything from a individual home-based care to a hospital. So I got into watching the ghost hunting shows on the Sci-Fi Channel. This is back in 2008. And I decided, after watching a couple of months of their episodes, I thought, these goobers, that's nothing special. Like, anybody can do this. So I looked for a group, which was a popular thing. Meetup groups were a big thing at this time. So I found one, and Dan happened to be at that meetup group. So the first time I attended, he had been there a couple of times prior, and I think we went one more time, and that was it for both of us. But after the first time at that meeting, where Dan was there, we chatted after people had been presenting whatever BS they were presenting. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm suspicious of ghost hunters myself, even though I do the same thing. People represent things. Maybe that's what they think. That's their impression. But I'm sorry. I just want reality, not conjecture. So these guys were all Fruit Loops, in my opinion. This group of people, but they were very interesting in their own ways, and it was kind of funny. So Dan and I gravitated at the same part of the table, away from the larger congregation, because we had the same impression. These people were out of their minds. They were so dedicated to this. It was their entire life.
Yes, Ben, I remember
So
him.
that's how we started. And Dan asked if I'd like to go to Gettysburg. We went to Gettysburg that weekend. I think it was a Wednesday night at the meetup. And I've been hanging out with Dan since that. It was like August of 2008. There you go. That's the story. I'm sorry it's not more juicy. He wasn't a past lover or anything like that. No, Dan and I both find each other detestable, and that's a good way to be. Hey, you don't like Lindbergh cheese? Paul, why not? Ugh, that stuff stinks. I take blue cheese, like blue cheese dressing, once in a while, but I can't really eat blue cheese. Those funky cheeses should stay with something else that's funky. What else? AJ, well, what spirits do you have? The cocktail you should make depends upon that. So, I mean, if you have vodka, the wide open, any fruit juice or fruit juice mixed with a little clear soda, that's very good.
I remember him too, Ben.
You got it all. Well, I mean, if you have some olives and with some juice, remember the logo for Cocktail Hour with Rick is a dirty martini on the rocks. So that would be a suggestion if you want to be traditional. We drink vodka, and it's a grapefruit flavored vodka that is made by you-know-who, Deep Eddies, mixed with usually Diet Sprite and a couple splashes of cocktail juice. Cranberry, juice. And extra Splenda for sweetening. Cocktail with tequila. Tequila's never been my friend, but if it's mixed, I can handle like a basic margarita. No problem. But give me shots.
That's good vodka, AJ.
That kills me. I can't handle that. They're Deep Eddies, AJ. That's it. There you go. And vodka is especially like Deep Eddies. Since it's so refined, there's not so much of the impurities that can be in other types of alcohol. And my recommendation, everybody, drink water as you're drinking.
Yeah, they flooded me with water.
Yogurt? No, I don't use anything alcoholic with yogurt. That's bad karma. I've had sake. Thank you, Robert, for sake's a good crazy stuff. It's potent. I guess rice wine is another way.
Yeah,
to generally describe it. Pink's just weed is fine. Yep.
Oh, what were you doing last night on the street?
Oh, here's something curious. I'm walking
We're still
along.
not 100%
Ah,
sure.
I'm going to tell the whole story. We're walking along to decide where we want to go. And a guy pushes this little cart up to us. I mean, it was no higher than waist high. It had a glass compartment in the top, and then the bottom was solid. And he was selling either edibles or pre-rolled joints right there on the street. And I said, no, you're not selling real pot here, right? Yeah, right on the street, yep. And he said, it's because the way the law is written against, I guess, cannabis in Tennessee, it's ambiguous or something, it's out for challenge. So at this point in time, without a defined way to arrest you, I guess, you can smoke it. Now, you're not going to be allowed to go into any establishment, but outside, yes. So where we were at AJ's bar, at one point I went out front and outside and I smoked the joint that I had rolled beforehand. I almost got no notice at all by anybody, and then you could obviously smell it. Then finally this guy walks by. He's got a guitar on his shoulder. He must be a musician about to entertain at the bar next door, because that's where he stopped. And he goes, I thought I was smelling something. Oh, and smiled at me. So I was like, yeah, I'm smoking a joint outside, and nobody's going to arrest me. So we don't know for sure, but from what happened to what I had experienced per my wife talking to one of two different bartenders, or one was a bouncer at, another was a bartender at another bar, AJ's. The bartender said, yeah, or the bouncer said, yeah, no big deal. But the bartender said it's not necessarily legal either. I didn't say it was legal. I was being told that it was ambiguous. Yes, she puffed.
And so did him.
So, and also you did take something in a bathroom. Don't remember puffing in the bathroom?
No.
You and a friend
Oh.
went into the ladies' room
Oh, okay.
and puffed it was about half left of a joint.
Oh, okay.
I was told by the other person that it did great.
Okay.
And by the smiles on both of your faces, I thought so too.
No wonder I was so messed up.
What is this you did for? All right, here is DJ Eurosham. Are you talking edibles? Because you do have to watch out for edibles. I mean, you don't know how much is in it. And, you know, if it's 60, 80 milligrams
Good night,
inside of that.
Condor.
Condor,
Come back on Tuesday.
peace be with you. Come back for songs. And good night. And what is it? I can't even do it right now. I can't believe it. I'm not doing it right. Oh well. I knew some sign language. I was trying to do I love you, but I think that's just, is that it?
That might be hang loose.
I think this is hang loose.
I think this is love. No, I don't know what.
I don't know.
Don't do
I know that used to mean bullshit, but people forgot about bullshit. Or at least the sign for it. This is what you would say when somebody said something and you knew it wasn't right. Anybody remember that? I like a black Russian or a white Russian on an occasion. Of course, the black Russian is just the Kahlua and vodka and ice. Where the white, you add some cream or half and half. So, I mean, I guess that the adding the cream makes it a little more palatable, but who wants more milk when you're doing alcohol? So, And probably one's good enough, you know what I mean? Too much sweet, I can't stand that. We have a bird on our screen tent. Up on top.
Oh, okay.
Just perched up there. A lot of birds here. So what did V say, or somebody say? Oh, they knock her on the ass too. Okay, that's what V was saying at 6. I'm just imagining she ate 6 cookies, gummies, whatever. And Vicky, yeah, I'm in a hammock.
Oh, you did fall out of a hammock.
Yeah, oh my God.
Hey guys, hit that like button, please.
We just got here and we had time to kill, walking around the place, checking it out, and found these hammocks. So I went one, and I went right over immediately. I've seen people have a little trouble, but they didn't fall. But then yesterday, I watched this young kid, like 15 or so, and he fell right out of one. So I felt a little better because he was like, oh gosh, that really killed my back. I'm like, oh. And he's a young kid. I imagine what this fat asshole went through when I did it. Yeah, not necessarily, but probably not. I don't know. We get damn bored. We might. Never know.
I'm good.
But that depends on what August has going on. And if it's kind of nothing, maybe we'll take a little ride with the camper and go down, stop somewhere, maybe take a little loop back, take a week to do it. Yeah, you don't want equipment in your backyard that people may use and hurt themselves. If you have that kind of equipment, just tell them, stay out of my backyard. And lock up the gate, have a high fence. Hello, Nana. Who else has came in here is Brendan L. Hello. Mark Porterfield had the other problem with
That's a good idea.
the same thing as very liturgically oriented hammocks and also those trampolines.
And if a tornado comes, it'll blow the trampoline out of your yard.
When they come, count on the trampoline, maybe visiting another person's yard, maybe the street in the next community. But then people ask, where did this come from? It's an act of God. It must have been dropped from heaven. And it was telling us all to get more active because it fell in my senior community.
Hey, Crow, just do some research. I don't know which one is better.
What is that?
You're going to be looking for a new truck in a few months. Don't know if to go gas or jump to the EV vehicle.
What is EV?
I think that's the electrical. I'm not sure.
Electric
A
vehicle?
lot depends on how many plug-ins you have where you drive. Until they really make that readily available.
Yeah, you may want to consider on a truck to stay with fuel for now because of that. I mean, plus, if you're doing anything with a truck and it's totally loaded to what is recommended as maximum, how much battery life do you have in terms of how many miles compared to driving empty? I bet you'd find a vast reduction if you're supposed to be able to cruise 240 miles or something, say, just throwing out a number, and you're carrying something. It might be 50% of a reduction in your mileage.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say, Robert, that happens
What happens if you're stuck?
most every year.
You run out of juice and you're in the middle of nowhere. At least you can get a gas can full of fuel and walk back to your vehicle. If you had to hump it, you're only going to be humping it, leaving your car behind. There's no way to take care of that. It's going to need a tow. So I think about all those kind of things. Extra batteries, I guess that's not really a possibility. You can't rig that up. And I don't know. Just sort of would sit and watch, because I think that Ford is going to have an all-electric truck.
Yeah, that's what Mike just said.
Yep.
24. Ben said that. Oh, he said Ram. 1,500 electric pickup in 2022.
All right, so you notice both of the trucks they're putting up, two different manufacturers, they're only quarter tons. So that should tell you about something. Paul, again? Well, it's Friday and you don't have to go anywhere, right? Or ride Uber. So you'll be fine, Paul. You're pro at this. I was really with you last night. I'm a very amusing drunk, I think.
I don't think I've seen you like that in forever.
It's been a long time
Yes.
because I do not like being drunk.
I like getting there. I don't like being.
Oh, okay. I like the buzz and keeping it at the buzz. Yeah, here's somebody else. Cons. Yeah. Now, I had spins. I remember down in Florida one buzz night. Really, I had spins. I had to get out of the bed. I went outside and sat in the fresh air, and then I felt the you know what. So I got over top of the stormwater grill and let it loose, and then I hosed it all down.
Hey, Jennifer.
That was the first time I barfed from drinking for years. So, oh wait, I want to read this. Foolproof trick. Put 1 foot out of the bed and onto the floor. Wow. Crow, man, that sounds great. Everybody take note of that. I hope you don't get there, but if you do, that sounds plausible. Works every time.
I've heard that before.
I never have. Thank you. That is a smart idea. I love intelligent people sharing good ideas. It's really a hallmark of our show here. All you intelligent people. Because, first off, you're here with us, enjoying us. We're enjoying your time. You found it's good. So you're intelligent because you recognized. Like Tyler Streif right here. Thank you very much. It's going well, Tyler. We've had a very nice trip here. We've done quite a few things. I have to admit, it hasn't been super full of a lot of activities, but the things that we've done, we've enjoyed. We enjoyed playing a couple games I haven't done, like playing spades, and playing some Uno, and playing bocce ball.
I'm glad you do, Robert. I'm glad you
And
do
we
for you.
got into beach ball bouncing in the pool. We were told by a couple after doing it a couple of times that we had to beat their record of 98. 98 times somebody tapped it,
Where did we get
kept
up
it
to?
for, we were up to 70 something.
Okay. You couldn't remember it was 60
Yeah.
or 70.
So we've hit like 73 or something. So we have to get back in the pool and try to beat that again. So hopefully there'll be a chance for us to win the prize of over 98, so 99 or more. And we have 4 of us, of course, 2 couples.
Hey,
bouncing the ball, keeping it in the air. It's fun to watch, I'd imagine. I really should try to. I'll set up my tripod. But trouble is, I couldn't show it to you unless I did digital blurring, because our friends, they like to not be in the limelight. They like to be in the shadow. So we've had them with us live, off camera a couple of times, and that's been nice. Shawn Wood, would you? Shawn Wood would play with different kind of balls.
Hit that like button.
Wonky noodle action. So,
Pink likes that color.
thank you. It's the reason I wore it. It's kind of a salmon.
Yeah, that's what she called it.
Yes, very nice color, isn't it? I think it helps to enhance the red face and my red nose from, boozing so much. I have a red nose now. And it's even gotten bigger. So I guess you can sort of see here, we have, there's cabins. And there's one right there. You get table, chairs, a grill to use, 2 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, air conditioning. And, it's great for us. It's beyond, because we love campers. We don't even usually, where we camp, get to use a hot shower in our own camper. We have to go to the bathhouse, basically, where they have hot showers. A lot of parks have that type of thing. Because we prefer state parks. At least we have up to this point. We haven't gone to RV communities too much. This is a RV resort. It's not just places for you to put your camper.
It has basketball hoops.
Yeah, they have.
Outside bowling and big size chess. They have
and checkers.
Inside. They have a pool table inside.
Yep, pool table.
Outside and inside.
Yep. They got quite a few little features like that. Laundry on site. And they're not outrageously priced.
That's where we are now, Ben. We're out of KOA.
We're at a KOA in Nashville, Tennessee.
And Rick, what did I do yesterday that shocked you? Before we went downtown, when we were at the pool.
Oh, when you pulled your shirt up and showed your boobs?
No, not then.
Oh.
The bouncy.
Oh. I didn't really want to say anything about that, but there was this big, giant, expandable mound.
It's like a big air pillow.
Big air pillow, basically. And mostly, exclusively, you see children bouncing on the thing. And one kid was able to do a front or a rear. In fact, he did a front and a rear somersault, bouncing. So, Darlene decided, while she was checking on laundry, that she would give us all something to laugh about. So we're at the outdoor pool. The blow-up mound is this way, say, and I'm on the other side of the pool from the mound. So she's a good 50 feet from us. So she starts jumping up and bouncing, and one of our friends saw her first, and we all watched and laughed as she bounced around and danced around on this thing. Well, guess what? I caught it on video. It'll be on that video, I promise. We'll be putting together excerpts of our trip to Nashville, Tennessee. I hope you'll enjoy that when it comes out. And I hope that you really enjoy that little thing. It should make you have a nice chuckle. Yes, it was really surprising. Bouncing, yes, she was, on her feet.
I tell you what, I was a little scared.
Crow said Gesundheit.
Thank you. you
A front and a
afterwards.
rear. I'm telling you, the kid was like 12 years old, small, skinny. Maybe he was about 4 feet tall,
Oh,
and I mean,
thank you, everyone.
crazy the athleticism. No, I didn't go into. We drove around the Grand Old Opry. We discovered that to go into it was part of a big to-do tour. You can't just go in there. Tour guide, it lasts hours. We didn't go for it. We would have gone maybe to see somebody perform, but nobody was really going to be there until this weekend, and we didn't know who they were. Nobody, not even our friends who live country all the time. They love old country and some of the newer country. Thank you, Paul. We love you, Paul. We know that you're a sweet guy and that you're very fond of my wife. You covet my wife. Covet my wife, and you want to kiss her, but that's okay. I take it as a compliment. But if you try to kiss her, she might slap you. So watch out. Just letting you know. And I might have to kick you in the balls. Nothing personal, but she's my wife. And if you start shoving your throat finger or your tongue down her throat, I am going to object sternly. I might take my finger and smack you across your face.
Who are you talking
Bad boy. Talking about Paul kissing you. Oh. Did Rick just say he goes to the bathhouse? I do go to a bathing building at parks, not like a Greek bathhouse, okay? No, I don't go to those places. Never. Don't do a Jack Nicholson? Oh yeah, right, don't do that. You just leave pearls as decorations. Yes, pearls. Luxury RV camp. Yeah, these are called luxury cabins. And they're manufactured by a company named Cavco. CAVCO. So if you want to look up on their website what kind of cabins you can buy, you might see what we have.
Yes, expensive, pretty expensive.
It's $230 a night or more, depending on the day of the week.
Could be less. It ranges.
Yes, that's as opposed to we found we could have camped at this other place for $60 a night. So it would have been $120 to both of us for two sites. Still less than half of what we're paying. Yes. Yeah. This is something that you don't do much, and well, we'll pay off the credit card before the end of the year. Yeah. That's the way it is. It's called real people. We're all real people. We have bills, we have debts. We're not like housewives of Beverly Hills here. That's not what this is. I am not a reality TV star like Snooki in whatever it was called, Beach House or whatever in New Jersey. No, don't command that kind of income. It's okay. They're washed out now, and what are they going to do to make a living the rest of their lives? You'll see them at McDonald's, Burger King, etc. Maybe not, who knows?
Joe, there is a Cooters Museum, but it's not the Cooter you're thinking of.
Oh, yeah. Who liked Dukes of Hazzard? The television show, the General Lee, the car. Well, that is where I was with Darlene the first day we got here. We toured Snooky, or Snooky, Cooter. I'm saying that because of the Snooky comment. Cooter's place. Lacko Stelp, how are you?
Glad you made it.
I'm sorry I'm late. I missed the 8 p.m. I'm 6 drinks in and got distracted. I ran around naked here, and the people over here cheered because of the Adonis-like structure I showed.
I thought they were rolling on the ground, man.
I thought they were cheering.
Oh, okay.
Just because they were on the ground and it sounded like laughter, it was cheering. So you have to play it back to see this. Then Darlene and I had animal sex on this little table here. We just put our clothes back on, and the police will be here any minute to arrest us for public nudity and raw deeds. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. Or for $230 a night. Not too cheap, but it's dirty. Hey, Sticky Chronic Buds. How are the Chronic Buds doing lately? I haven't been at the cannabis dispensary for a couple of weeks now, and I didn't know if there was any new inventions, new kinds of super weed maybe that is coming out. Very pricey sometimes. The stores I go to, I see these $50 an eighth, or even $50 a gram. Yes, they sell gussets too, saturated in THC oil. Serra strand. That's what you find on a dark colored bedspread after I've stayed at the hotel. A Serra strand. I made up a new one, a Serra strand. No, I didn't. The other person did. Inventions. Interventions. Conventions. Confections. Confections. We got some kind of nasty candy that was supposed to be moose turds or something as buffalo chips. I had a couple chips. They were forgettable.
Oh, they weren't that good? Just like
But
chocolate-covered nuts or something.
yeah, they were funny. Poop-tastic. Oh my God. I found when I was in the stall taking care of business in this bar, somebody had written across the wall in the stall, "I love poop pics." And they listed a telephone number. I love poop pics. 50 Shades of Grey on the wall. Ugh. So that'll be in the little video. You'll see what I'm talking about. It was
Rick's been using
idiot.
my shampoo while we've been on vacation.
Yes, and my hair is getting a little more silvery.
That's because it's making your gray brighter.
It's brightening my gray while leaving the colored parts of my hair alone to stay brown. I'm amazing. My head is being studied by Hair Club for Men to understand why it still has hair on it. And it might be because many years, no, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say something really nasty, but...
Well, Sarah, don't be nasty.
Well, remember that movie All About Mary? Wasn't that what it was called, All About Mary? And there was a scene where Mary rubbed something into her hair.
Yeah, she thought it was mousse.
She thought it was mousse. right? So something about Mary, yes. So that's what I've been doing for years, because I always forget to have Kleenex near. So I just, so the extra protein is my secret. So I know women, I'm sorry you're out of luck, but men, you have the tools right in your wanker to keep your hair. Just come on it.
Well, guys, we have over 100 people in the room and 87 likes.
100 people. Unbelievable. Minoxidil. Now that was a good one. Crow, you get a star. I'm scheduled for surgery when I get home. I'm going to have an addictomy. Yeah, it's something for older men. It's kind of a swap out. It doesn't matter. Luckily, there's enough commonality tissue-wise that the pig and the human organs can be, transferable. So it will be a pig dick, but it's got a lot of girth. And it smells like bacon.
Joey and Melissa, tomorrow is my
So
birthday.
that 34, wow.
This sounds like a birthday song. We're still moving around. I think it's
Joey
and
and Melissa, which of you? You're both having a birthday tomorrow and turning 34? Or is it Joey? Is it Melissa? Is it both of them? I'm waiting to find out. I need to know who is having the birthday. Joey, okay. And then also, Kimbra is Monday.
Yeah.
So, happy birthday to you, Jew. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Joey and Melissa, or Kimbra, I mean too. I don't know why I said Melissa. But it is Joey and Kimbra having a birthday within 72 hours. Happy birthday to you guys. Happy birthday to your thighs. Happy birthday and enjoy it. And have a nice birthday. Goodbye. That was really stupid, I know.
Yes, it was.
I didn't know what I was doing. I lost the lyric key. Hi! I'm not supposed to be too loud, but hi, it's Sandy Gay. How are you all? Oh, we've had such a good time here in Nashville. I met Johnny's Cash. That's what he said it was. It was in the dark alley behind the bar. Oh, oh no, Josh went crazy. Josh, did it say 99.99?
Yes, it did.
Josh, God love you. Oh, thank you. Now I can get real teeth and get rid of the teeth that I got from the store at half price. Does it sound like there's a delay in the sound and the audio and the video? I'm trying to act like I'm a ventriloquist. Ain't that funny? I talk and you can't even see my mouth move. No! Josh, This is Josh. Josh is going to be a big man in the mass communications area. And I had the pleasure to meet Mr. Josh as Rick, of course. Sorry, Josh. I'd have given you a big wet kiss if it was me, but not Rick. He's boring. You didn't want to kiss him anyway. Josh, I hope that you're successful because I know you've worked hard. I talked to Josh and he said, you know, people don't even want to work. And I could have stayed home and gotten paid. No, Josh. Stop, Josh. No more. No more. No more. Stop. That is the record. You said it for yourself, please. Stop it. But thank you. That's enough. That's enough. Save it for yourself. You need to be able to pay for expenses when you move to New York or to some other place and you get into a very big market and you become successful in your mass communications. So they don't have a pride parade here at the campground. So I was going to walk around myself later with a flashlight and I was going to wear a rainbow wig. What do you think? Would that make it good? And all the little children here will be so happy to come out of their campers from their sleep.
He did it again.
No, Josh. That is crazy. Goodness. Gee willikers. I don't know what to say. DK with a stop. Don't put anything else in. Greg, don't help encourage this. This is getting beyond. All right, now. I am asking, please stop. I really appreciate it, but enough's enough. That is totally unnecessary, but appreciated. But too far, Josh. Stop. Okay? Thank you. Oh, God. I don't know. But we had a nice visit with Josh. We sat for about 45 minutes, sadly, outside of a McDonald's because the lobby was closed. Only drive-through. It's a lot of things we're seeing about our travel. A lot of places, it's only drive-through.
They don't have enough people to work.
Not enough people to work fully staffing the places. Crazy. Yes, Shawn, that's true. Oh, God. Thank you so much again. But please, cease. Hey, Pink. You're bad. So, I'm totally stupefied. So much. I need a break for a second. I gotta get myself here.
What?
You gotta do it for a minute. I can't
Why?
talk.
I don't know why he did this. I don't know why he did this. I really don't like this. But we did have a really good time last night. It's getting close to say goodnight anyway. You know that, right?
Is our
It's 8:23.
oh
So you don't have too much longer. You can tough it out, boys.
oh okay.
Hi, everyone.
I'm going to use all of it to buy myself one of those super pleasurable machines to stick something up here, it sucks on something there, and it vibrates.
No, you're not.
I'm going to have a face transplant and get a handsome guy's face. Like that movie Face Off, I'm going to buy a face. And it's going to look much better than you guys have had to put up with all this time.
There's nothing wrong with your face, baby.
I know. I'm just so humbled. I have never never been in this kind of a predicament. So, well, thank you so much, Josh. What else is going on? Anybody want to bring up a different topic? Have a question? Like to chat about something? Throw something up. Come on, let's open it up to you all. What would you like? Oh, it's pouring rain. And Josh, you rock. That's very nice, definitely. I'm not reading erotica, but thank you for asking, Shawn. On patreon.com/this is Dan Bell. Subscribe for $5 a month. Get to see or hear 180 or 90 previous episodes over the past 2.5 years, 3.5 years, whatever it's been. Crow, I don't just buy into it. I believe in the ancient alien theories. So I certainly think that we're still seeing them now. And now that our government is even talking about it, that they they don't know what it is. They're UFOs.
Sunday. We check out Sunday by 11.
So, yeah, I believe that we have had travelers, and in the time of all creation, certainly the potential is there elsewhere. If humans could make all the steps we've made over time. Hey, Steve, thank you. Then the same thing could happen with any other sentient being that had the capabilities that we have. Are they going to really look vastly different? Are there going to be some things that are common? But I do believe that there are living beings on other worlds throughout the universe. We're not the only ones. And otherwise, it would feel kind of lonely.
We have 102 likes.
Thank you. We're hitting the same as the room.
Yes, great. Thank you.
Love hitting over 100 likes every show. And of course, the super chatter, Josh, and everybody else, thank you very much for your generosity tonight. Josh, overwhelming.
Ooh, potato, that doesn't sound good.
What happened?
His white wine tastes like yogurt.
I hope that isn't something caused by, and I hate to say it, but you know the big C, OVID, is supposed to have a side effect of affecting taste. So if it's tasting strange to you, you may want to just take a little self-check on your own symptomology. As, of course, you're aware, and now we are aware in the world, in Tokyo for the Olympics, it's going to be no public to view in Tokyo. No public will be allowed because they've had, unfortunately, a bump up in activity, and we have all these different spin-offs of the original COVID. Now we have the, what is it called, Delta? I don't know.
No, beginning, we had no meetup plan because we're here with friends, and that's not something that they would really do.
Shawn, it does? First off, I want to know if you can actually bend over and put the sucker in your mouth.
Stop it.
Or you just transfer it off of your hand after you've excreted it. Just, you know. The Masons are a mysterious organization. If you go for the documentary crap. If you'd ever know a person who was a Freemason, you'd find that person in your community doesn't talk about it, is humble about it, and they take it as it's like a service. It's a service of a different type, but it's a service that you sign up for, basically. And you have to ask to become a member of the Masonics lodges. They don't ask anybody. They want you to want. And of course, they're hoping for well-educated members. And I don't know if it's only male still. I don't see how that can be, but maybe it is. Because it's not like, see that? Well, that's good. And some few people like Samsonite are invited. It is still male only? Okay. Oh, well, there is scamming for everything. But, I mean, if it's true what we think about the coming out of the Dark Ages, the Spanish Inquisition, the Ark of the Covenant, the protecting of that, the protecting of the Christian church in Jerusalem, Freemasons. Not exactly the same thing as, we were just watching the movie the other night, Da Vinci Files. Not the same thing. Da Vinci Files, very nice story. It's called a fiction. Fiction means not real. Nobody expected the Spanish Inquisition. Supposedly, this was my father's cousin, so my first cousin once removed, I guess it's called, or second cousin.
It's been great.
We were living in Mallorca, Spain, and we were, my family, my ancestors, artisans of sculpting and marble cutting. So beyond that, they were Jewish. Yes.
Glad you were able to tune in.
My ancestors supposedly were Jewish and traveled to Italy, escaping the Spanish Inquisition, and I guess to be burned or beheaded or whatever if you were not a Christian, or if you were a Jew and you weren't a Christian, and fled to Italy, converted to Catholicism, and ended up settling in Italy in the area of Carrara. And Carrara, being known for marble, was exactly what they needed to continue their work. There's a plaza in Milpitas called the Serra Plaza. Yeah, it's probably dedicated to Junipero or Unipero Serra, who again is supposed to be another even more ancient ancestor of my family from Spain. So you see, it puts it together as possibly making me a descendant of a saint. But if you look into, he is the first American saint, Unipero Serra, been canonized. But a lot of people have looked at the life and the things that were done either by him or under his control. And he was a horrible, brutal man when it came to the native peoples in California at the time. So apparently Unipero Serra wasn't perfect, but he did spread the word of God. And if you didn't accept it, I guess you faced the wrath or you were enslaved. That's the way it used to be done in the good old days. All right, well, just a few minutes from completion of this episode. I'm glad the stream stayed alive after a rocky start. But now I know how to use this device, and if I have to do it again, it's great to have this to help bump things up a little bit. And of course, we did that at home, and that was tremendous at home, using that new system. That really keeps this one there. So we're looking at, in the next week, we'll be leaving here Sunday about 11 a.m., checkout time, and head back. We're not sure if we'll, most likely we're going to stop stay over somewhere. It's like 11 and a half hours one way to get home. It's a little bit much for one day.
If we were working,
Yeah, we would do it if I had to do so. We would just take shifts until we were home. But we're not going to do that. So we may go somewhere, stop somewhere a little different, just take advantage of the fact we're going back that way. And then we'll be home Tuesday, and we'll be home in time to do the show at 6 p.m. Tuesday. And then next week, I'll be working on the videos, and hopefully you'll have a couple things to enjoy by next Friday. New videos from Old Rick here. Okay, so that's my itinerary for the next week for the channel and for the show. Thank you all. Very large group. Glad to have still 95 of you here. Josh, thank you again. Thank you for stopping too, but thank you very much. I know it's from a good heart and a good place. And we'll definitely remember you well and be pulling for you to make it in your chosen career. And, remember rick.adr@aol.com. Stay in touch. Send us a note, let us know how you're doing. And that, of course, is not just for Josh, but anybody who wants to just say hi, have something to share, some good news, a problem, whatever. The door's open. Haven't even talked about the store, but yeah, we have merchandise at rickserrastar.com. And it's open 24/7, 7 days a week. Thanks to Steve Seabode keeping our website rolling for us. So,
Christopher.
hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe out there. But enjoy the summer. Get out there. Enjoy the fresh air, the sunshine. If it's a little hot, find some shade. And get a nice pitcher of lemonade out there. And sit under the tree. Hope you get a little breeze. Enjoy your lemonade. And enjoy a beautiful day. Until then,
Tuesday.
good night. We love you. And, of course, peace to everybody. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Arrivederci!